the Force, Luke.
Sometimes truth isn't good enough.
I feel the need for speed.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Because it's their time. Their time. Up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
Bit of some fumbleitis there to get us started, wouldn't you say, King? Really right in the middle. Dude, get your ass in here, man. You're right in the middle just asking a technical question that was probably better suited for all the Wardens anyway. Wardens Rise. It's FrostCast 64. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's what we do. King Z on that other side. I'm Winter Wolf, your host. And we got a little bit of, I think we got a pretty good shepherd's pie of topics and a little bit of this, maybe not shepherd's pie. What's like charcuterie board? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Couple of things here and there from all over the world. Lots of big franchise talk tonight.
What's up, Izap?
Hey, there he is, Izap in the house. Hopefully, you drummed up some info on that hidden topic that you sent me on the messenger earlier. Oh, swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. I actually got caught up in an investigation at work today, and so I had to sit there and go through 63,000 logs.
Babe, hello. Yeah. Ouch. All right, maybe that's a good topic for maybe a standalone. Maybe we can do something up like a Friday night or something. But we got a lot of other different topics tonight. We're gonna talk Tron again because we had done our big review. It was about an hour long. You guys can go check that out. It's full of spoilers. So if you don't want that, maybe go see the movie and then check that out. Short version. We both enjoyed it for different reasons and don't see what the critical negativity is surrounding the movie. The box office is, as King was pointing out pre-show, the box office was in a bit of a decline overall this week. Only took in was it 48 million total? Tron got 33 of that on like a 55 million projection. So it did underperform, but the audience consensus is still holding it like the mid 80s on the tomatoes and other aggregates. So I don't know what's going on with this movie.
Well, before we get into our toplets, let's get all of our fans and everyone here. Let's drop our poll for today.
Housekeeping and such. Yes, indeed. What's the poll? Surprise me.
All right. It is favorite Halloween activity. Is it trick or treat?
Easy dunk.
Watching scary movies, dressing up, or eating candy?
You got the choices. Comment. Hey, feel free to drop a comment if there's something else about it. Like if you like just hitting up. It was parties an option. I already forgot. Halloween party was that on there?
Not on there,
maybe that's an option. I don't know.
The eating candy part has a two-way street because you get to teach your kids about taxes.
True. Oh, you got 5? You got 3.
You got 3.
Turns out you got 3. Yeah, that's I see Izap said in the chat there, waiting to see it sometime this weekend. Dude, good call. You know what I mean? Don't like I said, our review is long and we get into the weeds on everything in there. But I don't think anything would be there's nothing really surprising about it. So, I mean, if you just want to get the whole the whole experience of just seeing it with nothing, no knowledge ahead of time, then yeah, do that. But there's no big curveball that's going to blow you away. I can safely tell you that.
No, it's a pretty straightforward movie, but it was really good.
Oh, choice 5 scared the trick-or-treaters. Good call. That's a good one. You got to throw that in there. But yeah, dude, give me and to also like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff because we need the help getting out there and dog wrestling this algorithm. We're making some progress. We've slowed down. We're grateful for the 638 of you that have subscribed and have checked out our back catalog. I have noticed an uptick in some of our older stuff, and that's appreciated. But Ken, give me what do you think is going on with Tron Ares? What's the deal? How can you have a high audience rating and have made no money in a down economy, like you were saying? Was it playing on less theaters, like less screens? Did it not get 3,500? It got everywhere.
It was on 4,000 screens.
Yeah, that's standard, man.
But look at this. It pulled in $33,241,433. Its next rival, number 2, which is also a new movie that just dropped, Roofman, starring Channing Tatum, dropped as well. It pulled in $8,108,000.
Massive success.
That's number 2 in the box office.
Yeah, I know. It's a down week. I'll give you that it's a down week, but I mean, it's netting less than what Legacy did adjusted for inflation like 10 years ago. So I mean, there's no two ways about it. It underperformed. Whether or not you want to split the hair and call it a bomb, I would agree with you. Like, is it really a bomb if people liked it? I mean, maybe. Does this help them get a Tron 4? No, it doesn't. It pays like 4 times as much. Damn, I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah,
good call.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. The inflation.
Legacy was that big.
Adjusted for inflation numbers. Yeah. But why don't you go ahead, Oracle, and pull up the Rotten Tomatoes score just to make sure everyone knows exactly where it sits. And right there, that's where it was. Whopping 86, 53. Of course, that was set like the week before it was released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so people are liking it, and that's the verified one. I did see the non-verified one, or the general audience, is I think it's called now, and it's the exact same number, just 250,000 more votes.
But see, and that's a statistically significant figure. You know what I mean? This isn't like 11 reviews and put it at 53%. No, what's that say there? 300. It's tiny on my screen. It's over
221.
It's triples. Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's a significant number of critic reviews that are holding fast at like 53%.
But are they real critics or are they just influencers?
I mean, you got to have credit. You actually need credentialing, I think, to get on the critic side of Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it's something like we couldn't post a critic review there. I think that there's actually a process you have to go through. But the fans have spoken. But again, it's the inverse of the Acolyte. Like if a small number of people loved it that much, they would have driven that number up higher, but it didn't. You know what I mean? That show bottomed out. Here we have the reverse. I think we have a small number of people like us that enjoyed the movie are reviewing it high, but I think there's no buzz, there's no positive word of mouth.
It might not have
trending on Twitter.
It might not have the mass appeal that like the original Tron had. Because when the original Tron dropped in 1982, that was revolutionary. It was never done before. Cutting edge. Right. Yeah. Now you see that type of stuff in like every movie. So I think it would go to a more niche audience than it would like a MCU type movie, because everyone MCU was always marketed as an event scene. Right. Like you don't want to be the person out of the know.
Right.
The Tron's not marketed that way. I think it goes to a niche audience. It is marketed to the fan base, and it was a movie for the fan base. Like there was no reaching out trying to grab new fans, and I think that's what kind of hit it in a down week. I think the people who wanted to see it went and saw it. Other people are waiting for word of mouth.
And that's where I think this is where the bomb will actually happen, because there isn't any buzz. I think when we get weekend 2 numbers, like this is going to fall off a cliff, because I've already seen Black Phone in my theaters. Black Phone 2 has already preempted Tron Ares out of the X Plus theaters. It's already bumped it out of the premium screens. So I think it's going to take a hit, but we'll have to check the number of screens on, we're using the numbers still, right? Numbers.com.
Yep,
numbers,
the
numbers, and tally the numbers, right? To check the number of screens. I think this is going to fall off a cliff hard. And I'm wondering, to your point about where you said it was a movie or it's a franchise for the fans. If Legacy was so highly regarded and made a bunch of money, why do you think they dropped those story threads and kind of told a brand new movie that only picked up on Legacy in the very end scene with Leto pulling out those pictures? I don't want to spoil it for our folks that had said they hadn't seen it. So I'll just say pictures. You know what I mean? You know the scene I'm talking about. Like, why not follow from those certain character and plot threads?
I think because of time, and one, they want to tell a original story that just ties into the Tron universe.
You think they're trying in between, you're saying?
Yeah, they're trying to rebuild the MCP. They're trying to rebuild SEC. So you'll actually, and that's what 4, I think they're going to lead into the next one, which I think, if I was going to call it, it'd be maybe Tron War, because you're going to see a new building of the military side where this guy's trying to, like, it's going to be like an infiltration, like they tried to do in Legacy, where the programs were going to try to infiltrate the normal world. And I think that's where it's going to succeed, is that they're going to infiltrate into the normal world. And then it's going to be the ones on the outside helping. It would be like the normal world versus the computer world.
I love that setup. It sounds very Matrixy to me, to put it in terms I understand. So I like the sound of that. But I don't know if we see another Tron movie in our lifetime. I know this didn't have the world's biggest budget because I was shocked when you told me in our last chat that it wasn't 250 million, 260 million. Like it was.
I think it was like 160, 170.
Right. It was about half of what I thought it would have been, just a little over. And that shocked me because I feel like every damn thing we talk about, whether it's a streaming series or a movie, pissed away $300 million. Then I'm left scratching my head like, where did you spend the money? I know where they spent their money in Tron Ares. There's a butt ton of CGI that obviously ate up budget there, and it all looked good. It was all very stylized. I did like that. But I don't know.
In costume design as well, like with all the suits with the neon lights that were like emotional reacted and stuff like that. That was really well done as well.
And the Stark tech on display. We had the hovercraft, the jetpack thingy, the Red Angel suit. I called it. Like, I know where their money went. Unlike Agatha. Like, I don't know what they spent their money on. They drank boxes of wine in like 4 of the episodes. How much fucking money is that? Not much. But
$5 and play slap the bag.
I don't get it. Even with your cast making no money, they still managed to spend all that cash on that garbage show. But like, I don't think this is a garbage movie, and I think somewhere along the way it caught a bad rap early because maybe Leto. I don't know. I don't hate him enough to badmouth the movie in advance, or if people were aware that it didn't pick up on certain threads that they wanted to see from Legacy, like maybe people got butthurt about that. There's, of course, the contingency that's going to get butthurt about the female lead. I'm like, but she's not really the lead.
No,
really.
It's actually there's no real true lead in this.
Ares kind of.
He is the named character,
right? But he's got a rivalry with the other chick, and that's it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't get it. God,
we literally had a boss girl, but she was literally the boss. But I mean, like you said, she wasn't like, everything she did was golden. Right. It was her way. She's showing 700 people how to do something so simple, like, turn a screwdriver. She's not doing it.
And she lost. She lost. I heard somebody say in a video somewhere that like they thought that I don't know if this is a spoiler, so I'm just gonna say the head of Dillinger Corporation's mother. I don't want to name the actress in case people don't know, but that might be a spoiler for someone. You know who I'm talking about. You know that character, right? They complained that she girl bossed because she was always riding her son, saying what a fuck up he was, and I'm like, but he was, and she was right.
It was more of like a mother trying to tell her son, like, if you're going to do that, don't touch that. It's going to be hot.
It's going to burn your hand, right? And like they were complaining, and I didn't get it. That like she gave him the job, but then she gave him the job only long enough that way she could take it back. And I'm like, because that's what a board of directors does when the CEO fucks up. They fire you and take the job back.
There's the thing called accountability.
Right. It's like it's the opposite of the common Mary Sue complaint girl boss phenomenon that I bitch about. I'm like, no. And it also cost her life. You know what I mean? Like, in no uncertain terms, sorry if that's a little spoilerific. You'll get there. It won't be a surprise. But it's like they even want to bitch and complain about her last words to him. I won't repeat those because they are kind of savage. I won't say. But I'm like, but that was their relationship. And again, she was fucking right. Like everything she said that was going to happen based on his choices happened and cost them. It's like I don't get I feel like there's a lot of fabricated animosity. Did I get why people don't like us? I get why you don't like Ahsoka. You get why I don't like the Acolyte. We both get why what's a movie that we both get why Mickey 17 was terrible. Like there's we don't need to have a difference of opinion there. We get it.
Yeah. When it comes to Ahsoka, it's just, you could be a bad movie but still be enjoyable. You could be a bad series and still be enjoyable.
For sure.
But
for sure.
Don't be boring. And that's what it was. It was boring.
Ahsoka was boring. Yeah. You're not wrong about that. That's for damn sure.
I think I would have more fun with monks who took a vow of silence and watching them mow the grass.
I mean, we've already got some experience with that with your favorite movie, Rebel Moon Part 2, with slow motion harvesting.
Slow motion farming. There's going to be a call for it here soon.
Yeah, we ought to just clip that and have the Oracle just have it. We should get one of those stream decks and just knock it out just because we need that. Hey, do we have because plot ready just in case? Is that loaded? That should
it's loaded.
There we are. Just in case. Just in case. I want that on standby every FrostCast Wednesday night at 9 Eastern because I think we need it. But yeah, so let's wrap up our Tron talk right here.
We just
there
got
he
a
is.
new
CR Hockey's in the house.
member.
Hey, there he is. And hey, huzzah! We're doing the huzzah.
Huzzah!
I'm back on that. I'm back on huzzah.
Back on the huzzah.
It fits Warden's rise. Huzzah! I like that. You can put some oomph into it, you know. But dude, I don't think we get another Tron. I think maybe they could do animated something like animated.
I think an animated series would be pretty sick. But if they do it right, if they don't do it with this modern Western animation style,
no. I want 2D drawing. I want hand drawn.
Hand drawn. I want
it to be retro.
I want it to feel 80s. I want to watch Voltron in Tron.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Have you seen on Netflix? I think I told you to watch this like a year ago, but Cyberpunk 2044, whatever, 2042, whatever the game was, 2077. I don't remember the number. They had a series on Netflix, Edge Runners. It's exactly what I would want Tron to be: old school animation, little 2D, some modern flashes for the frame rate, things like that. But that's exactly what Tron should be at this point. Something animated that follows the Kevin Flynn. That's the original guy, right? That was the Jeff Bridges character, right? Kevin Flynn. It should just be something like somebody finds his lab, they unlock old research he was in, boom, there's another work, like anything. But I don't live action, dude. I don't see them sinking.
Have you seen the original?
Still no. It's on the list. Dude.
Okay,
it's on the top of the list too.
Retro Watch next week will be
there. It is.
Tron.
That's the play. Okay, I'm game because we know it's on Disney Plus. So I'm down.
Watch that one, and then we'll come back to this topic next week, and I'll talk to you about what I think an animated series should be.
Slapping. All right, dude. I'm game for that. What do you want to do next? We should probably do James Gunn next because that was the
let's move into the rumors.
Let's get into the rumor because dude, whisper. And dude, if we could have we also need a GIF of the Oracle backing up a salt truck and just pouring it like a dump truck because everything's a grain of salt. But it's fun to talk about because it feels like a lot of this stuff eventually comes to fruition. Right?
It's like conspiracy theorists are batting $9.99 right now.
Dude, right now we're like 99-1 out of the last 100 things since like 2016.
Yeah,
it's a good time to be. It's a good time.
You need new people to come in and come up with new conspiracies because all of these are being proven one after another after another.
Seriously. So here's one that the top two I need are Kathleen Kennedy leaves Star Wars, and we've been
still hasn't happened
for like 5 years. I don't know how many times you can get walked out of your job because the execs came down finally. No, that ain't happening. She'll leave when Iger leaves next year. That's my mark that kind of thing down. But anyways,
her last shield is Iger.
Yeah, no, she'll just be, oh no, we decided to leave together after having accomplished everything we wanted to do, lifetime achievement award, blah blah. They're gonna fucking bail together, and it'll still be all garbage anyway. But the big one, the grain of salt rumor for this King, and I'm glad I see you got an article chambered up there. If you want to pull that up, we can talk right into that.
Yeah,
and you can read bits if we need it. So, did you get into the weeds on this story at all? Do you know kind of what preempted some of this stuff?
Yes, I did read. I read this article and I read one other one. I think I shared with you. So
give me the breakdown. Give me the synopsis anyway, not the breakdown. Synopsis.
So allegedly, the rumors are that Gunn might be removed as the DC head, but not due to performance. It has nothing to do with the performance of the movies, the performance of Peacemaker season 2. It has to do with Warner Bros. Looking to liquidate and sell themselves off. And right now, I think it's either Skydance or Sundance, or what's the other one? The one that just bought Paramount.
It's the Ellisons that just bought Paramount.
Yeah.
That's who. So assuming this even gets past the regulators, the regulatory authorities that might declare that
the SEC,
whichever, all of them, whoever it is, right? I can see where they might be interested in being like, pull the plug, because think about it. When Gunn came into Warner Brothers, he was going to take things over. See, Pape's saying Skydance. Is that their company? Did Skydance absorb Paramount and now they want?
Yeah, just remember, Sundance and Skydance are two different companies.
Yeah, I thought but Paramount was just acquired
by Skydance.
Okay, so I had it one step removed. Okay, thank you, Pape, for clearing that up. I appreciate that. when Pape came in and ruined Warner Brothers. I'm just kidding. When Gunn came into Warner Brothers, he pulled the plug on like 55 different things. You know what I mean? He only then optioned the stuff his wife was still in, Peacemaker 2. We're going to keep the Suicide Squad as canon. And then he kind of set his personalized roadmap of crap that he was going to keep. I don't see why new owners, it was kind of funny. I don't see why new owners wouldn't be interested in doing that, because I know they've already been interested in doing that to things like Star Trek and Kurtzman. Like, they want out of garbage shows that just spend money and don't perform. It's been a problem for them, and I don't think they're interested in again, another movie kind of like Tron Ares. It's got decent reviews by people. There he is.
Huzzah!
There's Huzzah! Who was late to the Battlefield 6 convention today at noon, but that's okay. He's got big news of his own. Tencent is going to buy them, my 2 cents. Dude, Tencent's got money. They got money to burn, but I think they're more uppity into the gaming. I think they're all about that gaming space because they've been behind a couple of really big titles.
Yeah, but if you
18 months.
But if you want
they're diversified,
gaming,
so they could.
If you buy Warner Brothers, you get the rights. It's easier to pull it into gaming. You don't have to pay for you don't have to pay for licensing then.
True. That's a good point. That'd be an interesting other angle to get in. But back to the Ellisons and what I think their IP strategy looks like is I think they're good with blazing their own path. Like the same dude, you're a sports guy, right? Yeah. If I was a team owner, if I was the Lions team owner and I hired you to be the new head coach, what's your first play as the new head coach? What do you do?
I fire the staff and hire my own people.
And it's nothing personal. It's just business.
I would go through their records and I would keep the high performers.
I would see who's useful, who high performers who have institutional knowledge, who can guide me to what works locally and how things can best be facilitated, logistics, things like that. But I'm hiring my own damn assistants. Yep. You know what I mean? And that's that.
That's one of the things that, like, when Dan Campbell came in 6 years ago, he fired a majority of them, but the people he kept, like Ben Johnson, who was the tight end coach at the time, he kept him, moved him up to offensive coordinator when his offense coordinator didn't pan out, and he fired mid-season the first season. And then look how Brad Johnson's now a head coach in Chicago. So
that's what I mean. But it's business as usual. Like every sport does that. You know what I mean? All four sports do that. So I don't see why the entertainment industry would work any different. If it gets acquired by people that are interested in making money, and they can sit down and look at hard, cold data and say, here's Superman. Your projected was 890 million or whatever it was. You hit 630. That doesn't work. You put Creature Commandos on HBO first to launch an animated series to launch your film franchise. How many people, show of hands in the chat, how many people watched an episode of Creature Commandos?
I haven't.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the weirdest, and this I think is the weirdest thing. We're going to follow up Superman, which if we're going to agree on anything, it's that the response was lukewarm and not like
I will agree with that. No,
lukewarm.
But it was a good movie. I'm not trying to...
And again, we had different views and ratings on it. I gave it, I think I came in like a 6. I went pretty moderate. I think you went 8.5, 9. Like you thoroughly enjoyed it.
I didn't go all the way up to 9. I think it was a solid 8.
Did you do 8? It was okay. That's an 8 to 6, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a pretty big split for us for the superhero stuff, because we were much closer on Thunderbolts this year and Fantastic Four. We're much closer on those two. But anyway, we're gonna follow Superman with Peacemaker. Show of hands, any people in the chat watched an episode of Peacemaker?
Season 1.
Okay,
season 2.
Season 2, no. And so season 2 went all in by all accounts on the adult content, certain sexual themes, jokes, like all that stuff. Well, and that's the direct, but that's the direct follow-up to a kids movie where they're trying to pull in new, younger viewers to be that core demographic going forward. Pape has seen some of season 1, not season 2 yet. I would hold off because I don't think it's going anywhere. I think they have not been renewed for a 3, but that's not the point. The point is that from here, where do they go? They've got Clayface, they've got Lanterns. They're banking on what? Supergirl? Dude, if I was the Ellisons, I'd be like, what is this fucking mess? Like, you threw the whole pot of pasta against the wall and you're hoping a meatball sticks. I don't think it's sticking, dude, but I want to hear what do you think of the approach thus far? And what do you think the likelihood is that they allow this to go on and start spending their money? The Ellisons.
So one of the first things you do when you take over command of a unit is you sit back and observe. I would give them just enough rope to hang themselves.
Yeah. Nessie, but what does that look like in the franchise? What movie is enough rope? Is it Clayface? Is it the Lantern series?
No, because that's under the old regime. That's the other regime. Like when you come in as a relief pitcher, if there's runners on base, that counts to the other guy.
Base. Yeah, that's fair. That's another good sports metaphor. But then why not pull the plug on those if they're still in like pre-production and just save the money and not even bother finishing?
If they're in pre-production, I can see pulling the plug. A lot of stuff dies in pre-production.
But if they're shooting,
if they're halfway done, let them finish. See if you can, this could be like a bonus bingo. And then the first movie under your banner, if they fail, then you're like, no, we got to pull the plug. We're going to reset this.
See, I think they're really going to go in aggressive. This is a rumor. It's 100% a rumor, but I see allegedly. I see the validity in this and like the potential in this crystal clear. Like if they've spent this money to acquire the IP, they don't strike me as the kind of outfit like Disney acquiring Marvel and Star Wars, where they're going to come in and try to change what worked about something to force it into a different corporate outlook or agenda. I think they want what worked about DC and what might work about Warner Brothers, what might work about Mortal Kombat, and all those associated things. I don't see them, if they're trying to reverse course on things like Star Trek, they 100% want to reverse course on things like DC, because DC should print money. And the biggest money maker they've had has been what? Fucking Aquaman, dude. Aquaman. Huh? On what planet is that? Should that be the case?
It is Jason Momoa. I mean, seriously.
I mean, saying and girls do go see the Momoa, but still, dude, Aquaman should never outperform a joint movie with Superman and Batman. Ever. Pape says if they dump Gunn, they'd be better off canceling everything now. Using saying, but that's what I was saying. Like if they're in production, if they're in pre-production, kill it. If it's 80% done, kill it anyway. Just like they did Batgirl. Zaslav did that to Batgirl, and people got pissed. They saved themselves something like $190 million on that dumpster fire in terms of the write down. I think that's the play. Dude. Because I mean,
we'll
as much as we talk about it. Good. Continue.
Because I want to see how Lanterns play out, because that's one I'm actually really excited about is Lanterns.
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Because that's Hal Jordan and
Jon Stewart.
Yep.
Both of them, and allegedly Kyle Rayner. Like it might be the three of them.
And they have hinted that Guy Gardner might make an appearance as well.
Right, because they already have.
They have Guy Gardner.
They have him in the movie.
Yeah,
so
they haven't signed a contract.
And dude, if you got a Lantern series with them four, and I like the guy they hired to be Jon Stewart. He was just in a couple of Netflix things. He was in Bird Box, I think. Briefly, he was at the end of the movie of Bird Box. He's good. I like him. But like, how interested are you in Clayface and Supergirl?
Supergirl could be good. Clayface, it depends on how they're doing in like describing Clayface.
That's a weird one, isn't it though? Clayface, rated R, body horror, practical effects. It sounds interesting.
Could be interesting. Mixture of practical and visual effects.
Yeah. But I want to just at least throw in the mention of practical, because I think, dude, after Alien Earth, I'm done with CG for like the foreseeable future. I'm over it like completely. Show me some models exploding. Show me some melting latex rubber for face stuff. Like I need that.
See, I think one thing DC has done really well is their practical effects. I mean, just go back and look at the Penguin.
Yep. DC small screen. Yes, I would say it's some of the most busted CG I've ever seen. That I've ever seen personally was the Flash. That was terrible.
Also, the Superman stash.
The Superman stash. That was like a localized one thing that was just kind of goofy and got memed into oblivion, though. You know what I mean? But I mean, like as a whole, the Flash was bad. As a whole, Aquaman 2 was bad. You know, with the underwater stuff was just out of control. But I guess that's a wait and see kind of thing. But if I'm Gunn, I'm looking down I'm looking over my shoulder for my new boss to be like, dude, here's an honorary seat on the board of directors so you can save some face. Because there's always that. You fail upward in Hollywood at a certain level. But why would you keep throwing out money, especially since we know they spend beaucoup dollar on series, dude? That Harry Potter show they're about to put out at Warner Brothers is going to cost them $30 million.
If they put it out, that is one thing that's been considered on the chopping block. Rumors.
The rumors, we might need to look into that because they just had big casting announcements and everything else. But if they're in pre-production, again, maybe this company comes in and goes, "Y'all hired a black Snape, a black Snape though? Really? That really what you wanted to do?" And maybe they can that, and they just go back to the drawing board and recast
the one teacher that the uppity main character has a problem with,
whose dad may or may not have committed a hate
bullied
crime.
them. Yeah.
Y'all didn't see that coming, really? There wasn't anybody in the office that was like, "I don't know, man, I read this book when I was a kid. Probably shouldn't do that." Pape says, "Did Dunn get a development deal?" Dude, I don't think so, because I don't remember here. Because usually when that story comes through, a big number floats around, a huge number floats around.
Well,
and I haven't heard squat about that.
He had a big number. They didn't talk about it, but he holds Kevin Feige's position, but for the DC studios.
Maybe that's how that works out. Then I'm not enough on the business side of things to have any other knowledge other than what I find floating around online. But I know, like, when Jar Jar got the number, when Jar Jar took over Star Wars, and when he took over Trek 15 years ago and ruined that, there was a number out there.
I liked J.J. Abrams' Trek.
Everything after that first movie is abysmal. Those second and third movies are trash. I can argue that the first one is passably fun. It's not Star Trek. It's an adventure movie in space, but there's not enough sci-fi to it. There's not enough sci-fi at all. Into Darkness is terrible and is one of the worst written movies I've ever seen. Yeah. Pape knows. Pape has finally swung into Winterwolf's camp on an issue.
I like the cast that they had for the characters.
Cast is slapping, but the story selection and the writing are bad. Capital B bad. Capital B.
Yeah. I mean, with Simon Page's Scotty, come on.
Inspired casting choice. Love it. Rest in peace, Anton Yelchin. I miss you. You know what I mean?
And I mean, just think of the tragic story of him.
But still, it make the movie good.
A car pops his brakes and he gets pinned against his own mailbox until he dies.
Terrible. But still, it didn't make the movies any better. And Star Trek Beyond was trash and a waste of Idris Elba as the villain. But anyway, that I guess that remains to be seen on James Gunn. But I think it's one of those things too, like, to use the sports analogy. If you fire him, who do you get? Like, if you fire your head coach, who else is out there? It's the same 6 people that just rotate jobs.
Who keeps getting fired.
Right, who keep getting fired every 2.8 seasons. So if you fire Gunn and Favreau tells you not interested, who's up?
You have to go early Favreau. Like when Favreau
peak Favreau.
When Favreau was making Elf. Like early Favreau.
Or at least Mando season 1 Favreau, who cared and hadn't been beaten down by the studio system yet.
And there are some good people out there that you could get that's in the indie realm, or who's in those he's in the obscurity film. Go find someone there.
Can DC steal the Russo brothers?
DC don't have the money to steal the Russo brothers.
They probably don't. They might not have that kind of money because the money they're making on Doomsday is stupid. It's stupid money for them too. But I mean, even then, like, they're directors. Do they have the business acumen and the vision to put together a multi-phase, multi-film project?
You need a project manager, right? And you need someone who's going to come into the next generation. You don't need a old mind. You don't need that.
It wouldn't hurt, but I mean, you could at least partner somebody that's got that, maybe the old mind, with somebody that has a working knowledge of source material. Because I would argue old minds are what made the first 3 phases of Marvel work. It wasn't just young Jon Favreau. It was older guys like Ike Perlmutter that absolutely had a stamp on creative control. The Wachowski, no thank you, whatever they are. They got a weird movie coming out that we might have to take a look at. It's an all trans cast. Yeah. Sci-fi. Okay.
So how would they get nominated?
No idea. Not sure how that's going to work. I'm not sure they thought that through. I'm not sure they then thought that through.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Anyway, you guys can let us know if you want us to watch that movie when it comes out. That could be fun. We're not doing anything else. But yeah, fingers crossed, James Gunn. Maybe you have a job next year. I don't know. That's if this is allowed to go through, because there are, like you said earlier, regulatory concerns that might preempt this whole thing going down.
When I was reading the Paramount one earlier, I was like, didn't I just read that same name? You're trying to get Warner Brothers, getting 3 studios coming together like that. It's
like he's collecting infinity gems.
Yeah.
It's like, fine, I'll do it. Wait, all this stuff sucks. Fine, I'll do it myself. Clip. There you go. Good Batman movie. But sweet.
With one vision who controls all these studios, who have all these different IPs, we've seen what that does. Look at Disney with all the IPs that they have, and like how bad each one of them consistently kept getting. Marvel, great, downhill. Star Wars, nostalgia, downhill. What else do they have? I did say they saved Tron. I don't agree with that. It went downhill. I think it's going to
Alien,
Predator.
Yeah, you're not a fan of the franchise. I don't expect you to know that went downhill.
Yeah.
You are a fan of Predator, and that's 100% gone downhill. Even after they picked him up, because they're responsible for. I wouldn't say Prey wasn't terrible. We've talked about Prey once or twice in the short run, because you didn't see Prey, right? The Native American girl. You didn't see that one.
So does Disney own Predator?
Yeah, because it's part of Fox.
Oh, that's right.
It's Fox Studios.
So they could actually do it.
Oh, yeah.
No. What I'm thinking of, the comic that I was just watching a reel on that's out there.
AVP?
No. WVP.
WVP. Who's the
Wolverine versus
Wolverine? Oh, yeah. I saw that the other shop a month ago when I went in. Yeah, that'd be dope. I mean, Wolverine's gonna murk him, but yeah, it'd be a nice little run. Healing factor, dude.
It just depends on how fast he get that plasma gun away from him.
Yep. It's fast, probably fast, but still, that'd be a good what if battle. But dude, I don't want to cut you short on time for your topic this week. Finally, so we're gonna pump the brakes on all other topic considerations and give King Z the floor, because he's got a bit of a. It's mind bender's not the right thing, but it's kind of off our beaten path. If you guys were watching the channel earlier, you might have seen the short go out. He kind of preempted what we're going to talk about. I'm going to let King Z take over and he can walk us through the process here.
So I was going through and looking at trailers and stuff coming out, building a calendar so I know when I need to go to the movies and what shows are coming out. So we to be prepared here, doing what producers do. And I came across Robin Hood. I'm like, what are they doing with Robin Hood? I mean, we had that really bad one, Robin in the Hood, I think it was called.
It was ROBYN, Robin, because girl boss.
Yep. But we're off that. So it's Robin Hood. So I'm like, okay, how many times can they tell this story? Especially coming off of the Jamie Foxx and the dude from the Kingsman version, which was completely horrible. If we had to put it on a scale, it's 1 to 3, right in that area. It was so bad.
That's pretty low for you.
The movie starts off as forget everything you know about this legend, because we're going to tell them
always a sign of quality.
I wish I could forget I watched this movie. So,
dude, it's always a sign of quality when they tell you that. Forget everything you know. Translation: we did fuck all for research because we don't care, and we're not going to respect the source. Period. That's what that means.
So during my research, I pulled it up, and the first name I saw associated with it was Sean Bean. And I'm like, well, who is Sean Bean going to die as?
Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, the Sheriff, Prince John, King
I
Richard.
I was thinking he was the Lord of Locksley, like he was going to be Robin's dad,
Robin's father.
Yeah, why he was gone in the Crusades. So I pulled up the trailer. We have it here. We're going to cue it up in just a second.
Oh, surprise! I didn't know we were doing a trailer.
Yeah, we got a trailer for it. So we're going to watch the trailer for it, and you're going to see the changes, which are going to lead into a broader topic after the trailer. So I know she's been waiting 3 weeks to do this. So Oracle, roll the trailer.
All right, going full screen.
Teach those who tread on us. Nothing will keep them safe from vengeance.
Or at least it's period specific.
Yep.
These woods are as old as the earth. No man will ever own them. You've got talent, my boy.
Wait, is this an actual father-son story here? Is that actually a thing?
No. It's like a flashback, I'm believing.
But he had a positive male role model.
Yes.
Now we rule.
Oh.
No one will ever know you or your kind existed.
Bean's the bad guy?
That's my father!
Yeah, he's the sheriff.
In Vengeance Quest.
Everything I had is gone.
And you blame the sheriff?
Who else? They rob us of our coin and call it the law. They kill our people and call it justice. And yet they call us thieves. Then let us be thieves with a purpose.
Setting looks solid.
I have no issue with costuming or setting.
Terror.
Assassin's Creed Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Do the dive into the haystack.
Yeah.
You don't say much, do you, Robert of
That Marion?
Yep.
In my culture, it's rude to stare.
In mine, it's rude not
She's pretty. She works as Marion.
The outlaw doesn't merely steal from the crown. He strikes at the very foundation of Norman authority.
He sets a dangerous precedent. Rebellion can spread like a plague.
They brought back Azim? At least it's not any stupid pop synth music bullshit either.
No, it's like a
It's
bar.
got a movie vibe.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah.
Bound by love. Divided by lies.
Got the right beat and tone for a trailer.
In my dreams, I will always be with you in the forest.
Now, when does Marion whip out the dual-wield swords and say, when does that happen?
Listen to your bow. It will tell you its reach. And listen to your heart.
And they're showing some skin?
It will tell you what is right.
Dude, do we have to get MGM Plus? Damn it.
Maybe there's a free trial somewhere.
It's one more streaming service. All right, let me get myself off full screen here.
So that's the other part that got me, is that this is one of the most obscure streaming services that I've seen. I've never seen MGM.
I had no idea.
I've never seen that
Pape's
one
on
just
board.
goes off.
Pape's on board. Hello. Sold by the trailer, huh?
Huh?
No
The trailer is good. I mean, if you're
Trailer's
going
good.
by trailer, it does build that hype and that what are they doing? How did they change the story? And that's the part of the broader topic is as you saw, there was no Prince John. It was Norwegian rule. So it's like the Norwegians not Norwegians, but
Normans. The
Normans. Yeah,
Normandy.
Norway came in. Came in and they took over, and it's him rebelling against them. Because if you do remember, William the Conqueror, the very first king of England, was a Norman.
Right.
Because he's the one who united the crown of all the kingdoms of England before it became the United Kingdom. It was his ancestors who united and made the United Kingdom by conquering Wales, conquering Scotland, and part of Ireland.
Yep. Pape just said there's been 2 other Robin Hood shows worth watching. One from the early 2000s. Dude, I have no recollection of that show at all.
No, neither do I.
I'll have to go back and hunt that down. Honestly, the only Robin Hood show I remember is the crap one you already mentioned that came out. It wasn't even like 2 years ago. It might have been 2 years ago now. It was on a Canadian channel, and it was dumpster fired into the ground. There was one in the 80s, Robin of Sherwood.
Okay.
Which was okay. It was both on BBC.
Yeah, and then there was the one that was back in the 60s, right? Where he's in the full green, looking like the Disney Robin Hood.
I think that was
Errol
Flynn's version of the movie.
Yeah.
That was the old movie.
The old movie. So we all know the story. We know the legend of rob the rich, give to the poor. Prince John steals the throne while his brothers
King Richard was away in the Crusade.
In the Crusades.
Yeah,
and he was a soldier in the Crusades who was sent back, or he escaped and went back to England to find his whole life changed. Here you have no mention of the Crusades. Like, he watched his father get hung, which he was not there when that actually happened. Same difference.
I know. I just like pointing it out to feel smart.
So
I'm going to take that one.
That goes in. How far can you bend source material before you should just make a new movie called Boy with Bo, the show.
Right. Boy with Bo, the show. I mean, the title needs some work. I'd go with it. Dude, I think that's an interesting point for us, because that's the kind of thing we talk about respecting and honoring source. And, that the motto of the channel, or our commandment of the channel, adaptations are not easy. You know what I mean? But
by the way,
also
go ahead and drop in the chat what your favorite adaptation is.
Disney's 100% for me, but there's no limitations, right? You can say live action. For us, we're always talking about canon and source and things like that, but we've come down on the side all the time that if a change to canon happens, it has to be respectful and it has to make sense to the product, to the medium that they're working in. So something like the one we talk about all the time, the Fellowship trilogy, changes were clearly made. Tolkien purists clearly upset by most of these changes, but the other 99% of people hold that up as one of, if not the greatest trilogy of all time. Right? Yes, the best version.
Yep.
That's what he was asking. So I think for this one, if the subtle change that they make is his background isn't that he was the son of a rich lord that went to war thinking it was a game and then came back to find out everything was all topsy-turvy. If they literally just changed that one detail to make it something more personal, that right on hand, I watched my father executed for a crime he didn't commit or for fake treason or whatever it is, I'm okay with that because it's a story that's 600 years old. I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. It's different than if they took, I'm trying to think of something like Superman. We just did this. Superman's almost 100 years old, but like the change to Jor-El's parents, I hate that. I hated that in the movie that we just saw this summer. And that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I think that's an example of a key background change that you can't have because it literally changes the main character's outlook on life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should have. So I'm not Robin of Sherwood from the 80s. Also, the BBC show that he just mentioned.
Yeah.
You don't have to go. If it's that old, I wonder if it's on YouTube. Maybe we could catch like an episode of that for free.
Maybe
on
we
Tubi
could.
or YouTube or something. That'd be kind of dope. What's your favorite version, King?
Mine, it's a toss-up, but I'm going to go with the very first one that I can remember going and see, and that's going to be Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Cheesy 90s classic. I'm with it. Love the soundtrack. I can't, dude, I know it's campy. I know it's cheesy. I won't fault you for picking that one. It has a soft spot right here because the Bryan Adams song and it being played on loop in like 7th grade and shit like that at every slow dance ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm with that. And I don't care that he didn't do the accent either. I don't give a fuck. He was still fun to watch. The camera work with the arrow shots.
Yeah.
Fun. 90s. Loved it. Loved it. So what do you think of this trailer here with the changes to at least his background? Because the rest of everything after that one thing is like, that's Robin Hood.
Well, actually, it's technically like 2 or 3 things that just kind of shifted the story a little bit. Like he's there during all
the
of
other
this.
ones. Oh, okay, right. He didn't come back to find the chaos.
It's not Prince John. It's a queen from Norway.
Yeah.
There's no mention of Prince John, but there's still a sheriff. So there's still that who kind of like, I guess, runs everything or is her right-hand man.
To be fair, Pape, I don't think he was considering parody. So I don't think he would have put Men in Tights in that conversation.
No. Men in Tights falls in a whole nother category of best movie of all time.
Yes. And then it ranks top.
Yes. Because we are men. Manly men.
Men in Tights.
Men in Tights. Yes.
Oh, dude. Can we watch that? Can we watch that?
We just do a watch party with that one and just quote the whole thing the whole time.
Just mute it and just take different roles. That could work. I'm gonna do Chappelle and Azim. Yeah, I want to do those.
A sneeze.
A sneeze. A chew.
Yeah. A chew and a sneeze.
Son of a sneeze. But what were the other 2 things in the trailer that I missed that made up? What was he witnessing besides the death of his father? What were the other kind of changes there? You mentioned the Queen.
You said the Queen, and it's more of a takeover type thing of like a smaller land than it is the
like
whole entire kingdom. Like they're not in. It doesn't look like they're in London Prime. It's like
they're out in Sherwood somewhere.
Yeah, Sherwood, which actually isn't that far. Actually, I lived close to Sherwood Forest when I was in England.
Princess Bride. All right, so wait a minute. So we're shifting. So now we're doing Carrie Elwes movies. Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah,
Princess Bride, Men in Tights, and what?
Dumb and Dumber.
Was he in that?
He was in that. He was the new stepdad.
In Dumb and Dumber?
Not Dumb and Dumber.
Liar, liar.
Liar, liar.
Okay, I'm like,
the other double word.
Like, dude, I have photographic recall of Dumb and Dumber, and Cary Elwes is not in that movie. No shot.
Yeah.
It would have been funnier. Liar. It might have been funnier if he was in that instead of the shitty main villain that they had, who was kind of the worst part of the movie. But yeah.
And you just saw him in his newest greatest role as Despero.
Despero. Dude, he was fantastic in that show. Pape says, as for singing in the canon, there can be some leeway as long as the core element of Robin Hood versus Sheriff or Guy of Gisborne is central element. You have the drama. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, what I don't need, because I thought the crappiest part of Men in Tights movie was all of a sudden I've got a secret hidden brother, the Will Scarlet character. I don't know if that's part of the original legend.
That's part of the original legend, yes.
Oh, then retraction. I did not know that. Then you would pick something like if he had a hidden sister that wasn't part of the legend, or if Robin Hood was the Sheriff of Nottingham and the Sheriff of Nottingham was the poor farm boy that like you can't do all that. You can't. You got like 10%, 15% maybe is kind of like where I would be at if there was a number there. I think anything after that, do it like King said, man. Dude, tell your story, boy with a bow.
Yeah,
make your own shit.
Or if they try to reverse it and do the whole Robin Hood story from the point of view of the sheriff.
No, but see, that's okay. I think we're out of that phase. I don't think in our lifetime we're going to see those again. I think the Wicked, Maleficent, Mufasa, even though it was Scar's movie, like I think that's done. I think those POV shifts to the bad guy thing. I think people are sick or were overexposed to the sympathetic villain.
But I'm not talking about sympathetic villain. I'm talking about telling the exact Robin Hood story, but from his point of view, him doing his plotting, him getting.
But they never do. They don't do villain stories unless they're the sympathetic villain bullshit, like Maleficent, Mufasa, and Cruella. That was another one from Disney.
Yeah, but those were all prequels on how they got to who they were. I want to see.
Are you talking about the story?
The story,
dude. Wicked. I know Wicked's a prequel.
Prequel as well.
Maleficent was a prequel.
Yeah.
Dude, they really don't do that. They're not trying to have you like the villain in real time. That'd be like doing Die Hard, but from Hans Gruber's perspective. You know what I mean? Like, you really want to see that?
Yes.
See him falling off the building? I know you did. I know you got that advent calendar waiting. I know you do.
Yep.
Facts.
Right back there.
In the haunted graveyard. In the
haunted graveyard.
In the haunted cave, which in the
that's
ice
why
cave.
I need the sword.
Yeah. Facts. The Acolyte did that. Dude, exactly. The Acolyte did that, and they honestly thought that the 11 people, including the 3 of us that watched that effing show, me, King Z, and the Armor's with us, didn't she? She was on that show. That was the show we had her on for.
Yeah, because we wanted a female perspective.
We wanted a female perspective.
Join the staff.
And now we could have all 4 of us do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out well. That they thought literally you could flip flop, snip snap, snip snap. They have no idea the toll 3 vasectomies takes on an audience's imagination. You can't flip-flop your POV, your protagonist's allegiance 3 times in 3 episodes. And then in that one episode, 3 times in 15 minutes. When she's walking through the woods, you remember that shit? And she was like, I'm good. Now I'm bad. Now I'm good again. Now I'm bad. Fuck you.
See, I think that was done completely poorly. I mean, there's no
excuse awfully.
For it. But because they didn't stay consistent. If they stay consistent on the sheriff and he stayed a consistent character and you don't see like him feeding orphans on his days off and stuff like that, but it's just from his point of view of trying to maintain order, do his duty, but he has, you see him pocketing some things.
That's the interesting take. The training day take is the interesting take here. Step into my office. That'd be sweet. If you got Robin to step up in the horse-drawn carriage and all of a sudden it just switches, bouncing in the carriage, that should be funny. I would. Oh wait, no, that was Robin Hood that we just talked about. ROBYN. Never mind, they did that. Can't do that. But I would see that sheriff movie because as long as he's a piece of shit from the beginning and he's not feeding orphans on his day off to make me empathize with him, I can watch the movie hoping he gets it in the end. Like I would watch. It'd be like the inverse of a slasher flick, where you're watching it to see which kid survives the movie monster. I'd be waiting to see the sheriff meet his end by Robin Hood at the end of the film.
And then like hearing his inner dialogue and everything while things are going on.
Especially if he was a complex character. Like imagine if he just had split loyalties. He hated Robin of Locksley's family for whatever reason. Maybe they threw his family off land or some shit. And maybe he is a discharged soldier from the army for whatever it is. give him a couple of things, but he can't be overwhelmingly sympathetic, or it doesn't work, because then you actually hate the good guy from the legend, and I'm over that. I don't need any.
No. I don't want to hate the good guy from the legend in this. What I want is from his perspective. Now, having it where he just hates the lot sleeves for his own personal reason, and that's why was harder on them, and that's why he enjoyed, killing the lot sleeves. Yeah. But the rest of it's like he's trying to do his duty, but like he's a draft dodger too. Like, everyone went
he's a scumbag, but he found a way to stay.
Yeah.
Everybody went to the Crusades with him.
He had flat feet or something like that.
Shin splints or bone spurs or whatever they use right now. Yeah.
A conscientious objector.
Conscientious objector. He was Canadian in the Crusades. What? That a thing? They have that then? They could have worked that into like Men in Tights. That would have been kind of fun.
He opened up a Tim Hortons.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they had that joke, didn't they? They had that joke in Men in Tights. It was like, our fathers couldn't get us into the National Guard or whatever.
Yeah.
Slick. Yeah, I'm down for this show. I think we'll have to look into trials for MGM Plus, because I'm down to see this. I think the only other version of Robin Hood that I'd want to see, and this because in the comics that we read, right? I'm always game for the what if comic, or the other comic that takes the source idea and pocket universes its own variation of it. Like they have a whole line of them, like Spider-Man 2099, Ghost Rider 2099. You could do Robin Hood 2099. I'd be into that shit. Hover bikes, like we were talking earlier, like Tron, Cyberpunk, Edge Runner type shit. Like, I would be down for something wild.
What would Robin Hood's weapon be?
The plasma bow. I don't know, something stupid. Like,
would you stick with a bow type thing, or would you go to a sniper rifle?
Nope. I'd keep the bow, because my storytelling interest in writing be what design elements could we keep that ground it in the old legend, even if they come across as corny, because I would add a level of sci-fi cheese to this concept. I wouldn't play it like Robin Hood is now like a rogue secret agent or something that has like a sleek sniper rifle and can hit trick shots that nobody else could hit, kind of thing. I would lean all the way into the camp. For my version, that's what I would do.
So how would you keep it separate from stuff like Green Arrow or Hawkeye? Other than Hawkeye wears purple.
That's a good question, because I think those two characters, especially Green Arrow, probably have done this version of the Robin Hood story I would tell. So the character would be the same. I think my specific focus would be something small scale, like that crap Robin Hood show tried to do, very street level focus, like we're always talking about with Daredevil and Spider-Man. There wouldn't be a national threat. It wouldn't be to stop the incoming invasion. It would literally be, there's a corrupt mayor or governor or regent or something that needed to be stopped before a key person is executed. Pape says, oh, look at that. Look at that.
Thank you, Pape. Thank you,
Number
Pape.
1.
Ready? Huzzah!
Huzzah! Yes. Now let's send that back to Pape so he can also get a membership to that crap streaming service and we watch the show together. Thank you very much, Pape. You're very generous.
Thank you. Yes.
Now you got me curious, dude. We didn't even
Yes. So from the trailer, it makes that show look pretty.
Putting it up there. Hold on, we just put it up there first of all. There you go. 1 month MGM Plus for the both of us, dude. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. And it will be spent on the MGM Plus. That's a fact. Because I'm with you. And now King Z is going to tell us what else is on the streamer. Maybe there's another good show on there. Because God knows it ain't on Disney Plus.
No.
Paramount.
Paramount. Paramount's pretty bad.
HBO is our go. HBO Max is our go-to.
HBO Max. I watch a lot of Peacock. This weekend I got to
Peacock for old stuff though.
This little personnel thing. This week I got to watch the most anticipated documentary that I've been personally waiting for a while, and that's I Liked Me, the story of John Candy. I got to watch that.
Whoa, that's out?
Yeah, that came out last Friday on the 10th.
Dude, where were you on the 10th to remind me? I told you I wanted to see that. We could have been talking about that all day. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's I was going to play Battlefield 6 anyway.
So I got to watch that, which is a very good documentary. Well done. It highlights his life, of course, because it's a documentary, but I think they did it in a very, I like the style that they did it in.
Nice. 1 to 10 on the choked up scale.
I was up there. I think I started bawling at the beginning, and then there's a few times in the middle.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I
Get
mean, John,
Shorty is on MGM Plus. I think it's fun. Oracle. Thank you. I love that movie.
yeah, I just didn't understand what was going on when he first passed away in '94. Like I understood death and everything. I mean, what was that?
Well, you were 14 years old.
Yeah, but it didn't really hit me because I just knew him as an actor. But now that I got to see him as what the person outside the screen and stuff like that, and like all the stories I've heard since then, since I've been in the film industry and just talking about like who John Candy was and what he was about. Like watching it now in the documentary just hits you that much harder. And like John Candy was one of my favorite actors. He has a lot of my favorite movies like Stripes, Uncle Buck, Who's Harry Crumb,
Dude, Summer Balls. Rental, The Great Outdoors.
The Great Outdoors. Big Bear.
There's nothing on that plate but gristle and fat.
If he gets it down, will you throw in some shirts for the kids?
You throw in some shirts for the kids. Blues Brothers, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Papes, right?
And then one of his greatest roles that a lot of people never saw, and that's when he was in Oliver Stone's JFK.
Yep. He was great in that. He was great. Dude, I will be the same way someday when they do the documentary on Robin Williams.
Yes.
I was ruined for a week. When he
that
passed.
One I think hit me the hardest.
Terrible week. Planes, Trains, Automobiles. Good call.
Good one.
And a great piece in Home Alone.
My wife likes me, and I'm okay with that.
Dude, that's dude. I don't know if I want to watch that by myself.
That's a Thanksgiving movie, by the way.
No, the fuck it is not. I will not be watching that.
I'm saying it's set in Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving.
Oh, true. Yep. I'll be sticking. I'll be crying happy tears watching Rudy. Something a little bit more uplifting, but yeah, the Robin Williams thing was rough. And then I saw somebody put around the picture of Aladdin hugging Genie, and I was like destroyed. I'm like, nope, that's it. Can't deal with that today.
I was just hoping I was deployed, and it popped up on my phone.
Hoping it was a hoax.
There. Yeah, they did that.
Hoax.
I mean, how many times did they put up like Morgan Freeman died during that time? So I thought it was that, but then
Eddie Murphy's died like 19 times in the last 5 years, man. Same thing.
Yeah, but that was rough. That was what 2014.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 10 years. That's right. I was still at that. I was at that other hospital job. That's right. That's wild, man. I'll have to go back and retro watch that on my own for sure. And we will definitely retro watch Tron for next week. Dude, it's over now. You want to give up some poll results and move on to the evening schedule?
Sure. Let's go ahead and get those results in. It looks like we had 8 total votes. So while Oracle compiles it all,
we have to manually add these up in 2025 in this economy. No. All right.
She has to close the poll. It manually does.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Hey, look at that. Another gifted from Afikazi Gaming.
Huzzah! All right,
dude. Hold on. Double huzzah if you sign off of Final Fantasy 14 right now and load up Battlefield 6 when the stream's over. Just throwing that out there. Poll results.
All right, poll results. It is your favorite Halloween activity. The big winner is watching scary movies with 38% of the vote. Eating candy pulled 38% of the vote as well, but it still gave the edge to watching scary movies because we are a movie entertainment channel. That's why
they know this, and that's our jam. That's our bread and butter.
Yeah,
that's our spaghetti and meatballs.
Dressing up is 24%, and trick or treating is 0%.
Well, dude, that's pape dressing up. It's gotta be. Oh wait, yeah, there it is. What I tell you, dressing up, going with Scott for Halloween TOS phasing community ready to go. Dude, one to beam up. Nicely done, dude.
Captain, I can't give her any more power. She is growing dry. We need more dilithium crystals.
Babe, how long have you had the OG TOS Scotty uniform? How much mileage has this costume seen? You know what I mean? Is this an every year? How about eating candy while watching movies? I mean, if you're going to do 2 things here, I mean, I guess that's the play. Now, what if you were to eat candy while watching movies while in costume at a party? And then scaring the kids. You could do all these things in one move.
Yep. But the greatest day is now marked on November 1st. And that's half price candy day.
Half price candy day. Dude, it's not even half price candy day. You know why? It's like half price candy the first hour Walmart opens because that shit ain't there by noon. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a wrap, man.
We had a Kroger that had
red shirt. Nice. Just don't be a TNG red shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just saying. I mean, unless you're, I guess, see, it's got the bad. No, you want to be a TOS red shirt, right? Because the TNG command structures all wear the red. Riker never dies. Picard never dies.
Kirk was a yellow shirt.
Yeah, Kirk's the gold one. Yeah, I guess the red shirt phenomenon goes back to when that is TOS. If the red shirts beam down and get killed. Yeah. Okay.
The only one who did it was Scotty.
Right. Yeah, because everybody else is gold and blue, right? Right. A little plot armor there. Nice.
Blue is was it service? Science.
Yeah.
Gold is command.
Gold was command.
And red is service. So that's your engineering and stuff like that. What was wasn't Bones blue? Bones
is science, medical. They're still blue. TNG,
true.
they're still blue. DS9 and Voyager, they're still blue. I remember Crusher and Pulaski had blue in the in sick bay. Red is operations. Yep, good call.
Okay.
And then in TNG, it switched to command. That's right. True. I love it. We should do a whole episode. We should do a FrostCast on Trek. 100%. Have we done that?
No, we haven't.
We talked Trek? We did best of worst of.
We did best of worst of, and then we did that one new stupid movie that they did of their Black Ops team.
Oh, God. Section
42, 69.
It was fucking stupid, dude. That might have been a better porn parody.
72
movie we got. Dude, it was Section 12, and please take everything I own, so I never have to watch this crap again. Fucking god.
Section 8, you got kicked out.
41. No, it wasn't. 31. 31. It was Paige said 40. I'm like, no, it was 31. I knew it was in the 30s. You know, and it was never cooler than it was on DS9. And I didn't even really like the idea of Section 31 on DS9, but at least tonally it fit the whole, the government's starting to crack down on some shit because they're desperate. Got a war coming. They're going to start abusing powers and dissolving rights and shit. You know, at least it made sense then. But it's still not better than TNG or TOS.
Yeah.
I mean, DS9 from the beginning until the Dominion War was still pretty good. But everything after that was kind of weird. But yeah, dude, cool. All right. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Pape, thank you again for your generosity. It's much appreciated. We will 100% be picking up MGM Plus on your dime so we can watch the show. And encourage yourself to find a couple more bucks so you can also watch the show with us. He's got TNG on right now, dude, because he's a man of culture. We give you a bonus huzzah for watching TNG. What episode? Dude, I'll give you a double huzzah. If you're watching Measure of a Man or Inner Light, you get the double huzzah.
As long as it's not spot spraying.
God no. He said TNG. Tin Man. Was Tin Man the one where Data TNG crashes in the village and doesn't remember who he is? Was that Tin Man? Or was that the alien creature one that was having the baby? Because now I've got all my episodes skirting around in my head. Because there's so many good TNG episodes. I think Tin Man was the alien one having a baby, and they didn't realize it was having a baby and it needed to feed, if I remember correct. But anywho, you can catch up with us in the comments. I know it's the male empath who deals with the space whale. Space whale. Was that the male empath that was putting all his negative emotions into a vessel that eventually aged and killed them all? And he was trying to pass them off as his mother, and then he tried to get Deanna on board with that play? Because that sounds like that episode. Dude, there's a lot of weird TNG, dude, but I looked at it. Dude, this is my point. We were talking about like Kurtzman track and JJ track. All of the... No, he's like, no, it's not that one. Okay. I don't remember 10 Men. Then I'll have to go Wikipedia that. But that's my point, dude. At least all those wild-ass show ideas were things that used to appear in those kind of shows. And now it's just like, I don't know if I can do my job. Nobody likes me. I feel strange in crowds and have no friends. We need to get the trailer for Starfleet Academy. They had a new one. I forgot to tell you that earlier.
They have that. Dude, and then, so next
week, looks even worse.
So next week, we'll be talking about Starfleet Academy. We have a new trailer to watch for a movie that we punted from this week to next week, and that's the new movie Mercy. I think you'll get a kick out of that trailer.
Which one was Mercy?
It's the new Chris Pratt movie.
Oh, yes. Saw that the other day at Tron. I meant to ask you about that.
Yep. So we'll talk about that next week.
Is that based on a book like Project Hail Mary? Because I'll buy that sumbitch tomorrow.
We'll see iRobot 3 with the trailer next week when we talk about it.
Ouch! It's not really iRobot. It's more Minority Report than anything else. That's neither.
It's Minority Report with
iRobot. Yeah,
with iRobot in there.
All right, dude. Let's get out of here. Pape, enjoy the Tin Man. Enjoy TNG. Dude, do me a favor and watch Inner Light before you go to bed tonight. one of the best episodes in all the seasons they've ever had. And we'll catch you guys next week. Ken, get us out of here. Do something with the music that you do.
All right. So now it's time to play my music.